calling it that. Exactly. What's going on, guys? Angel TikTok Girl Secrets. We are live on YouTube as well. Good to see everybody. You guys are gonna have to hear my intro again on TikTok because I am now live on YouTube. If you guys want to go ahead and check that out, because of this banana, you may or may not want to go ahead and follow, subscribe on YouTube as well. Mila's YouTube is growing rapidly. She's almost at 1,000. Go ahead, help her out. She's almost on the partner program there as well. They don't get paid here on the Beta Creativity program in Canada, and that's where she's chilling. So you guys should go subscribe so she can get paid for her content because she deserves it. If Amazon buys it, the end of TikTok as we know it. If Amazon buys it, yeah, that would be something. Good to see everybody. So let's talk a little bit, Mila, about the ban, Nana, ban hammer. I don't know what we're gonna the ban hammer we'll
Banny.
call it.
We'll call it. I like Banny.
I
Let's
like
talk
it.
about
I
the
like
Banny.
banning too. We'll talk about the banning. So how are you feeling about the banning? And then I'll give my United States opinion. But from old Canada, where do what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Did
I'm
you
gonna
watch? Did
speak
you watch it
all.
today?
No, I haven't yet. I need to
Okay.
watch the update. Did you watch it?
I caught literally the part where they voted, and I'm like, fuck my life. So
Yeah.
there's that.
I find for Canadians specifically, I feel like the discourse is that it won't impact us. And I see tons of videos actually being pumped out where it's like, well, maybe Canadians will get paid from the beta program. Maybe finally Canadians will have a chance to actually blow up, all these kind of rumors circulating. And I think if TikTok gets banned in the US, TikTok will, for Canadians and for people in the UK and Aussies and everyone all around the world, will suffer. Their views will suffer, their businesses will suffer, the actual platform, how it thrives today, it's not going to be the same if 170 million users and 5 million businesses are booted off the app. It just will be a completely different atmosphere, a completely different platform, and it'll impact, personally, in my opinion, everyone, regardless of if you are a US citizen or not.
Definitely. If it passes to the Senate, ByteDance will still have 180 days to sell the U.S. company. That's exactly it, Tony, to a U.S. company. That is exactly it. So let's chat about this a little bit from my end. I have a few ideas, theories about it. Part of this is about money. I think ByteDance is doing very well. The United States wants a piece of it, of course. I think money is definitely a big part of it. I think the second thing is they're I think they think that there's a concern with data. I know Mila last live broke it down really well for everybody too, how US data is still on US soil and it's protected here. So I don't see that really being too bad. Also, for what it's worth, if privacy is the big thing, there are plenty of other apps that have just as much or more data. They could also just go and buy it third party as well from several other places. China could if they wanted to. So I don't understand that part of it. So that feels like a bit of an excuse to me. And the final thing that I think about as well is money in terms of the media. And so a lot of people use TikTok and X and those things as their news sources rather than the mainstream media, the big media that they want, that they would like to have people use, right? They make a lot of money with that as well. So I think that's another thing that's holding them back. But ultimately, I'm feeling a little pressure for sure. Feeling a little pressure. I think as fast as this whipped through the house, I can't believe it. There are, I don't know, hurricane aids and like aiding those kind of things takes weeks and months, and they somehow flip this in 72 hours. It feels like. So I don't really know. In terms of how fast it's gone, I feel like the pressure is gonna be on. I also don't think TikTok will sell ultimately. I think they have plans and ideas for themselves to be able to create something pretty powerful. So I'm gonna say if I had to give a percentage, I would currently say 80% chance that it gets banned. And it's not like the people in office right now, they don't sound like they're too enthused about not or about banning it, not banning it. So I think we might be in trouble, to be honest. They're
I
afraid of
think it's
losing
just
control. Somebody
really.
said yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely afraid of losing control, and I find everyone who is saying that, "Oh, well, someone's just gonna buy out TikTok or TikTok's just gonna sell." People have been trying to buy TikTok for the past 4 years, and TikTok will not sell. I know there's been, like, mumblings of Elon trying to buy TikTok and offering, like, I don't know, an absurd amount, but I don't think TikTok wants to sell, and they don't need to sell. Same with, like, UMG, how they just pulled the music. TikTok is truly that platform that does not give an F, and I love them for it, I support them for it, but I don't think any amount of money for them is worth it to sell their platform, in my opinion.
Love it. Tenacious Close, my man. Thank you. Says TikTok is more than likely, they more than likely will sell it. They'd rather lose out on will likely sell it rather than lose out on billions of dollars for no reason. The bill will leave them no choice. Interesting take. I I think I think for the most part, TikTok has the leverage. I think as much as we want to think that the United States, really helps out, if they make an app or something, if they're able to create some sort of, generate revenue on, with shop and do those things, it could be a lot like Alibaba, for example. Alibaba doesn't need the United States. Alibaba stands alone and they're a very, very profitable company in the East. So they also have what Amazon wants, which is vertical video 100% and influencers as well. And so not even if it's just the United States influencers all around the world. So they could be successful. They still could be successful without the United States. Although we do probably, produce 30 to 50% of profit for TikTok. I think they could still be okay. It feels a lot like the UMG deal on a bigger scale. UMG felt like they felt like TikTok needed them, but and I think UMG starting to figure out that they needed TikTok. But that I digress on that part. I'm sick to my stomach. They will sell it to someone who still allow them to control. Very true, Angel. Technically, they don't need the US. Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part. But I disagree that we make up 15% of their consumer base. You disagree that we make up 15% of the user base? We spend more than the top 15 countries combined. The United States consumes at an alarming rate. We definitely make up a lot of the sales and money that they generate 100%. We buy the ads, we buy the stuff on the shop. We are affluent enough to be able to buy gifts and give them to other creators for them to make the cut. Uh, we definitely make up more than 15%.
Okay, this is a good question. Do you find it's weird that TikTok is making such a big deal about switching their parent company, which is ByteDance? I think it's a controlling issue in terms of data. So I love this topic because I followed along with like all of the court proceedings all throughout last year, all currently, and all US data. So user information, algorithms is all stored on US soil and is all managed by US citizens. So I don't think it's TikTok has already made a compromise by having all this data stored in Texas. This happened in early 2023, so it's been stored in Texas for the past year. I just find it interesting that this issue is being brought up now that TikTok would have to sell in such a short amount of time and just kind of came out of left field, which is where I'm like, I think the US is the one that's trying to control, not TikTok, because TikTok has already made a compromise to be as kind of neutral as possible while keeping their ownership being ByteDance.
Yes. For them to sell, there would have to be more countries that ban it. Well, India has it banned as well, and they have the power of like 1 point, I don't know, 2 or 3 billion people. They're like a seventh of the population, and they don't have it there in India either. So the likelihood of TikTok is selling is slim. I honestly believe it. I honestly believe that it's slim. I feel like TikTok has all the leverage, but it still needs to pass through the Senate. It does. No, I disagree with the remark that you just said. I don't. Sorry. You could tell me what you disagree with. I'll address it again. Can you talk about growing on IG? I feel like it's so much harder than TikTok. Do you feel like it's harder than TikTok, Mila?
I think I do think it is harder than TikTok, for two reasons. One, just the way the algorithm works is your content's first originally pushed to your followers, and if
Following.
your followers
Mhm.
don't interact with your content, it doesn't get pushed to the explore page or to kind of like the for you page of Instagram. So let's say you're using a personal account that you're trying to switch over to a business account, or you just have a low amount of followers, like 100 followers, or you bought followers, whatever your situation is. If your followers aren't liking your content, it's going to be really, really hard for you to grow. Where on TikTok, it doesn't necessarily matter that much if your followers don't love every single piece of content you post, because either way, it's still going to be pushed to the For You page. So I think it's just a completely different mindset shift. I would say on Instagram, the content that performs best is very like nurturing, educational content, does really, really well. And just short videos. Like that's the style on Instagram. If you're looking to grow, keep it under like 10 seconds and provide all the value in the caption. Whereas if you did that on TikTok, you'd probably get 100 views, just because that's not what the regular avatar or user is accustomed to using TikTok. So I think it's a completely different strategy and mindset that you need to adopt to grow on IG.
Boom. I'm
Mic drop.
not going to say that word. I dislike IG. I'm not a big IG fan, just in general. But
Yeah.
that's me. I might be a bigger fan in 6 months, but I guess we'll find out. Definitely,
YouTube for the win.
it's been that. It's definitely for control of media output and money back to 1%. Back to 1%. That's fair. I also agree with Jay saying that they don't need the U.S. We only make up about 15% of the consumer base. That's fair. I feel like it's got to be more than that. Maybe. I feel like we consume.
Someone on my comment end said, according to Google, the US had the most users on February 1st, 2024, and half of those were US users or accounts made in the US. So
Yeah.
I don't know
So
what
what,
website that's from, but
3 to 500 million accounts.
yeah. Yep.
So it won't get through the Republican Senate, and by that time there will be a change of power. That's fair. Like I said, the Senate's probably going to be the toughest part. The House was too damn quick. President Biden said he'll sign it, so the Senate's kind of all the only chance that we have. If it gets through the Senate, it's over. So, what better way to control than to shut down millions of businesses and entrepreneurs? That's fair. I think about it from the communication standpoint. So I have some friends that are in like the financial crypto space, and actually I saw a video today from a friend that I made in 2021 in crypto, and he was saying that there have been a lot of those outages lately. AT&T, there was like several different cellular internet type of outages, and he was thinking that being able to control something like TikTok will greatly help which news gets delivered to people in real time. Because if we can't connect as we do on TikTok, like just almost like we do with X, especially having like visual proof of some things, like immediately on the spot, that it'll be easier for them to control the info. And like I said, that's maybe a conspiracy theory ish answer, but that's something that I've been seeing as well. But I do think you're right. Yep, I remember that all of our data got transferred to Oracle servers in the US. I do remember that as well. I always thought Oracle servers were in California, but Mila told me they're in Texas, so she's smarter than I.
Texas.
I think maybe Oracle's headquartered in California. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
It passed already. It definitely did. Things are looking good for Talk. Talk won't sell. I have that feeling too. Someone just posted 30 minutes ago saying it passed. I'm confused. Yeah, so it passed in the House. There are 3 branches of the this, what do we want to call it? I don't even know. 3 branches:
Like a
Senate,
government.
Congress, the
Yeah.
government, Congress branches. Yes, there we go. Congress is what I'm looking for. House, Senate, President. So passed through the House, got to go through the Senate and President. I feel like I'm back in like 5th grade history class.
Going through which is which,
Going through
what means
the
what.
branch, the checks and balances, all that. Look at that. I should just go back to 5th grade. YouTube would be better unless you sell stuff like courses, etc. Fair. That's fair. Why are we acting like it's just approved? Passing through the Senate is not guaranteed. That's true, 100%. But I'll tell you what: if you're not preparing, or at least thinking about what you're doing, you are really leaving yourself vulnerable. You should always be kind of thinking and maneuvering on ways to use TikTok to your advantage, but also if things go bad, you have to be able to be ready for maneuvering as well. So I'm going to YouTube 100%. I'll go all in on YouTube. It doesn't matter to me. They might be pushing me in the direction that I wanted to go anyway. So it is what it is.
I feel like YouTube has been meeting for me personally, and what I've realized, like YouTube at its height in like early 2010s, and then another peak probably at like 2016 to 20 like
Sevens.
18, 19. Yeah, like the peaks of YouTube for just like content, no matter what niche. I honestly think like if TikTok does get banned as it gets a little bit more serious, I think YouTube will have that kind of kickstart that I've been wanting to see over the past like 3 years since TikTok has kind of dominated and a lot of YouTube creators moved over just to become like TikTok creator, so I'm excited for, like, the revamp of YouTube and to have new creators on the platform, to have new content, and to kind of give me something new. My homepage is looking boring sometimes.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But you subscribe to me now, so I'm on it. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be
You're
looking
all
as
over my
boring.
homepage now.
One less video that's boring. The amount of money that U.S. citizens spend on TikTok Shop ads will definitely harm it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. A lot of companies have been spending big money on TikTok. I would like to see what Q4 looked like for TikTok with all of the ads that were going on and shop and all of that. It was probably absolutely crazy. But to be honest, I don't care as much about making the dent or somewhere that corporations can no longer spend ads. I'm thinking about the people that are kind of in the middle that use this as their small business. They use this as an influencer. And like if you're happy right now, you're I lost a lot of respect for you because there are a lot of people that put themselves out there on social, being an influencer, being a content creator that most people don't have the courage to do, especially do it full time. And so there are a lot of cowards that are super happy right now because they're watching people who make 10 to 50K a month, we'll say, on social lose it. And so, if you're happy about that, you're excited about that, you should check yourself. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. So if you're putting any negative BS in here, don't do that
Yeah, I always
because
think, like,
we'll
the
because we'll
5
find a
million
way.
businesses 5 million businesses, that's 5 million people, 5 million families that are now losing out on a lot of their income, specifically from TikTok. Like, put all content creators, influencers aside, just straight up businesses. So that's something that it's not something to joke about. It's something serious. It's people's livelihoods. And I don't want to get too much into like politics and economics, but 5 million businesses losing probably one of their main streams of income is not good for the economy that's already very fragile and that's headed for a recession. If you don't think we're already in a recession, but just my opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah,
1000%. Beta creativity ended in Brazil.
interesting.
That's interesting. Did it happen in US? No, we still have it for now. But thank you, Pedro, for always being here too, because I like that I get your perspective of Brazil too. You always keep me informed. That's why I like having you guys, by the way, because you guys are all from different places of the world, and you guys get to give me what's going on in your place, and I get a better understanding of what's going on TikTok. So it helps me out. So if you're in other countries, always never be afraid to comment. I'd love to see what you guys have going on here. Hold on a sec. Where is my chat? I missed my I forgot to have my YouTube chat. Hi. Oh dang. Well, we'll skip that part. What's up? Can you help me
God,
earn money online? Did you see some of those comments? Or can you see the comments on your end?
no.
Perfect. You don't want to. Can you help me earn money? Okay. Answer me, please. Talk to me. Hey, sorry, I'm here. I'm here on YouTube as well. So go ahead and leave me comments there. I'll answer you. But I believe IG is hard. It's a little more specific. Yeah, I'm not a fan either. No, IG doesn't pay per view. Do that? I don't believe so. YouTube is better than IG 1000%. Sorry, IG peeps, but it's true. We spend the most money though, 100%. If the U.S. government doesn't have their hands in it, they will ban it. That's how corrupt we are.
They
It's
get
1
it.
billion users on daily, definitely. They will bring us to our knees because we have power. They're only 102 million daily average. Besides that, if they don't profit the total and the news outlets, yeah, I agree. No one watches major corps hardly. By major corps, it hurts them. Knowledge is power, 100%. Thus the Hunger Games have begun. Fair enough. Never read that, but I get your reference. Everyone just download from your videos and save them. That's all we can do for now. Definitely save your vids. I made 20K 1 month on off this platform. It was pretty easy too. That's definitely there's a lot of possibilities here. A lot of traffic, those things. So it's very, very possible. If TikTok gets banned as a US, I'll just open my account in a different country so that I will not lose it. That's fair for sure. These people are so rude. Yeah, like I said, I just if you're ever rooting for against somebody that has done nothing wrong to you, I don't understand the thought process. So there's that. If you,
This is a good question.
yeah, go ahead.
Um,
Sorry, I was running through
are
mine quick. I was at like 70
all good.
behind.
Are low views because of music being pulled from TikTok? What are your thoughts? Take us through your iceberg. Take us through your process.
Take us through your iceberg. So a little bit. I'd say maybe if I broke this down to percent, I'd say maybe 10%. That's probably 10% why. I would say there are a few other things. Actually, Thorne Bradley just commented on my comment, and he said his thoughts, and I actually thought they were pretty relevant too. He said he thinks that most of it is just because so much content right now on people's For You pages about TikTok and the TikTok ban that most people are getting served their normal people and their normal views, and so or their normal content that they would watch day to day. So that part of it is skewing what your normal content is being served. So that he thinks that a lot of the views are going towards a lot of content about the what was our word banny about the banny
Fanny, yeah.
about the banny. So Thorne Bradley's got 10 million followers, so he definitely knows something. But I would partially agree with that part of it too. I also think there is some holding back of traffic on new content. I think maybe the TikTok understands that it's vetted, that they've already vetted older content. A lot of my older content is getting pushed right now. My new content is not getting pushed as nearly as much as it normally does. So I would say maybe 10% of the music, probably at least 50% of algorithm changes because of the ban, and probably about 40% of because TikTok's just holding some things back, just not to look harmful. Yeah, laughing at business tanking is disgusting. That's fair. Again, again, US users only make up 120 million users a month.
170, but that's a lot of users. And that's some of the top creators are people from the US, is what you have to remember. So, yeah, sure, maybe in a different country, there's 100 million users monthly is there as well. But who are the top creators on the TikTok platform? Who are the people who are raking in the views, making TikTok a lot of money? Who are the creators that are popping off? 9 times out of 10, they're usually American, just from what I've noticed myself. So think of when you pull those really, really popular creators and people who are raking in the views off the platform. What happens? I don't know. Everyone suffers, right?
Exactly. And those 100 million users per capita probably have way more expendable money to spend too. Just saying. It's rough because on other platforms they're literally celebrating. It's very sick. It definitely is. YouTube better than IG. Yes.
TikTok is that girl though. Everyone follows
Agre-
TikTok. It's
Agreed.
true. TikTok sets
Agreed.
the standard. Think of like shorts, think of reels to IG. Like everyone has been playing catch up to TikTok for years now to get the hold that TikTok has over their certain audience and users. And people have been trying to play catch up. YouTube, Instagram, even a little bit of Threads and X have all been trying to play catch up. So now, obviously, people who are loving these other platforms, they obviously want to see TikTok fail, right? It's just an easy app to hate when it started out as a dancing app that turned into something huge. Easy to
That
hate on. Yeah.
easy to hate on. I'm down bad for TikTok, by the way. In your reference, turns out being on TikTok is literally a business. They're ignorant. Yes. You had tons crash of views doing the loophole method for TikTok Shop. Yeah, I knew that that was going on, but I know they patched that up with not being able to be an affiliate if you just start a seller account. So, but yeah, a lot of people were doing that. She makes a damn good point. She does make a damn good point. I'm
Occasionally.
If I'm in Canada, what should I do to prepare, if anything? I'm not in Canada, but I know somebody who is.
Yeah. I'm in Canada. I made a whole video about like the 3 things that I would focus on regardless of where you're located, because I think the app is gonna change a lot if it does get banned. So I think just being proactive in the situation will benefit you a lot, and I'd rather be safe than sorry always. So download all your videos without the watermark there. You can do this manually. You can do this with an AI platform if you have like 1,000 videos that can do it for you, but make sure you have all your content that you've filmed and edited and posted, and make sure it's without the TikTok watermark so you can repurpose it to other platforms. The second thing I'd do is go through your drafts, because if something happens to the platform, your drafts are gone too. If you're someone who has like 1,000 drafts, 20 drafts, make sure you're also saving that to your device. Then I would also, right now, right today, start posting on a secondary platform. I would recommend probably YouTube if you're someone who's interested in longer form content. If you're not, then maybe Instagram's the place for you, but start growing your secondary account right now. So if something does happen
Mhm,
3 months from now, 5 months from now, you've already had the last 5 or 6 months building and growing and building a community and being able to redirect your traffic already from TikTok to that new platform and to that new community. So then you're not scrambling if and when something does happen, because there's going to
mhm.
be thousands, like hundreds of thousands of people scrambling last minute. And you don't want to be one of those people scrambling. Be ahead of the curve, spend the next 6 months building and growing.
Def. Where do you see the future of this platform in, say, 10 years? Wow.
Let's see.
That's a
I would
long way
say
out.
I have, like I think about this all the time. I'm very, like, future forward thinking just because I like to think about these things. I think if, let's say, the ban never happens, it stays exactly how everything is right now.
Yep.
I see TikTok being the new Amazon. Like, you open TikTok, it is your social media intertwined with shopping. It's gonna be what Amazon did to brick and mortar is what TikTok's doing to Amazon right now. So, that's honestly how I see it 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line. I think it's gonna be crazy.
There's levels, definitely levels.
Yeah.
When you think about Amazon, how established they are, the only thing that they really are missing is the way that they perform traffic. When I was doing a lot of my studying early 2016 or so with search engine optimization, one of the big ways that Amazon grew was the arbitrage of traffic through Google Ads, and so they were getting such cheap clicks to build up from the early 2000s into the 2010s, and so they used Google Ads as their traffic. But instead of having to pay for that traffic, now TikTok can get it for free via using influencers and just giving them a little cut. So that's the scary part where TikTok could really exploit that. If they think if they think like her, they're going to sell because money won't be in it without the U.S. There's a lot of money. There's like I said, we like to spend. 165. Let's see. A lot of charities go through this app too. Yes, I'm still making money on views when selling at the same time with my shop. That's awesome. Definitely low views the last few days. Build your email list as well, y'all. Agreed. 100% agreed. You guys can use something called, let's see, Talk Backup if you'd like to use it. You can download all of your videos in one click, no watermark. You can build a Discord community, exactly. Snapchat's taken off for creators as well. That's fair.
Snapchat pays out crazy. I'll just say,
So crazy.
like, actually insane, because I deleted Snapchat, like, back a few years ago, and I was working with someone who's like, "Oh, like, I started on Snapchat, like, however many years ago just as my friends, turned it into something that's not even what they talk about on YouTube and TikTok and whatever, they make like 50K just from ads from Snap, which is like,
100%.
and they post, there's like requirements. I think it's like they post like 50 photos a day and it'll be like a photo of their coffee or a video of them like walking or whatever. And it's just entertaining. They've built up such a community and like the payout is way, way like I would say double, triple what YouTube pays out. Like it's insane.
Yeah, I've heard some brands go there in terms of like a lot of the people that make almost compilations of things from TikTok and sports and all of those things. I see a lot of that there. And so I don't know exactly how that the payment works on the back end, but I do know that Snapchat pays well.
Hmm.
Copyright rules are more strict via YouTube than TikTok. Beware. We could all just go to Clapper. Did you download Clapper in the I didn't either.
No,
That ratchet
no.
shit.
I was tempted to just to see, you know what I mean? To like
So was I.
interact. But I was like, I'm not, no.
Some people said it was the absolute wild, wild west.
I can only imagine. Like the beginning days of all platforms are like it's just insanity.
I
Yeah.
could. Yikes!
Someone on my end goes, Clapper sounds like a dating app.
It sounds like a bad dating app. It sounds like there's
Yes,
a
it
hundred
does.
things we could say. We're not going there, but
Yeah, that's
the
so
witty
funny.
side of my brain had like 7 things to say. So
Mhm.
there's
Keep
that.
it PC.
Exactly. The alpha brain's kicking in.
Yeah.
Um, well, there was. I was gonna say something. I'm gonna search something.
What's the app you said to download all the videos? Someone's asking. What is it called again?
It is
Talk back
called.
up.
Yes.
Talk back up.
She took the words right out of my mouth.
I read your lips. I knew what you were gonna say, I think.
Um, I was trying to find some rankings of the platforms in terms of numbers and all of that.
Like user base.
Yeah, user base.
Would you Google just
Um,
user base?
like popularity score. They have these popularity scores in the most popular countries. So YouTube popularity score is 100, and it's at the most popular country is the U.S. Facebook U.S. WhatsApp India. That's for apps. Facebook Messenger is US. WeChat is China. Instagram US. TikTok creator popularity score 94 US.
Wow.
Snapchat US. Reddit US. LinkedIn US. Quora China. Telegram India. Slack US. Visco US. Do you have Visco?
I used to back in the day,
Back in the
back in
day.
the high school days.
There you go. Fair.
Yeah.
Tumblr. Did you ever use Tumblr?
I was Tumblr famous back in the day.
I bet you were. You seem like that.
I
Now
was. I
Tumblr's
was.
Tumblr sus.
I haven't been on Tumblr in so long, in
Tumblr
like
sus.
years. I don't even
It's
know
like the
what's on there
backends of
anymore,
Twitter. It's like all the backends of Twitter. It's like
which
Twitter
is
at dark,
scary.
all of it. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
very scary.
Yeah. Twitter, when I open it, or X, I cannot open it
Jeez.
in public because some of the stuff
Volume
you'll
down.
see, yeah, volume down, can't open it in public because you won't even be following certain things. It just gets popped on your like homepage and you're like, what is this? Why are you showing me this? Crazy.
Sorry, copyright rules are more strict. Go to Clapper. We're gonna pass on Clapper.
What a name though. I want to know who named it. Like
Yeah, who the
who's the
who
founder?
thought? I mean, well, we're gonna find
I need
out
to
who the
know.
Clapper. I'm probably gonna get something ridiculous on my search.
Yeah.
Edison Chen, Dallas-based app, Clapper.
What a poor name choice.
That's just one woman's opinion, you know?
Yep.
Terrible name choice.
Terrible name choice.
But actually, I think it's terrible too, so.
As a dating app, whoever said that, that is so smart as a dating app. Clapper, that is great.
I think it is, but I think, like, I don't know, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like, I don't
Does
know.
it? Clapper?
I feel like yeah, you're only looking for one thing on that. I
Mhm.
don't know.
But people want that though, right? Like, it's the same kind of vibe as Tinder. You know what you're getting.
I don't know.
I don't know.
The Eagles center, Jason Kelce, and his wife met there.
On Tinder?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So there's always a success story.
Always.
Always. If you're doing a docuseries content type content, the copyright system can be very strict via YouTube. It can be there are some creators that, like, what is it called? They can flag you on copyright so on your end, if somebody uses a big enough chunk or something that's a piece of your content, you can flag them. So I've seen that happen a few times too. It's caused some lawsuits and all kinds of stuff. So use your own content. I know one thing: if Amazon buys TikTok, I'm loading up on Amazon stock. That's fair. Which is definitely why they want to shut it down. Fair enough. We love to spend. We do. Don and Molly, good to see you. My favorite realtor duo out of Indiana. Appreciate you guys. Hi there. I have a question for you. Go ahead and ask it. Love to hear it. You said talk backup. Mila said talk backup. But yes, she's right.
We're both right.
Yeah, nuts. Definitely. Snapchat is still confusing to me. Grandma emoji 7 times. That's fair. Just start adding random people and meet some friends. I don't know. No, don't do that. I'm just kidding. That gets to
That's
be
scary.
Tumblr after dark too.
Yeah.
What is Clapper? You don't need to know. We're just, don't even look it up. It's not even worth it. It's a social media app, but it's I don't know, generic TikTok.
The
Wow,
like
wow,
bootleg version. Yeah.
the bootleg version. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I love all of the information here, I'm here for the end battle. Okay, well, you're gonna have to wait for the end battle because she will not be
I love that.
victorious.
This is it a man or a woman? Who said
It is
that?
my man, Jason, the
Oh, Jason.
MVP.
I remember Jason. Jason's waiting on my downfall. So we're
He's
not gonna
praying
do
and
an end
waiting on your
battle.
downfall.
He's literally like, I'll sit here for the next 30 minutes just so I can lose. That's okay though.
I'm not mad
That's
about it.
okay. Of course you're not mad about it because you're winning or you will win. I'm a sore
Of
loser.
course.
That's okay.
Me too. Me too. What's the app that you said to download all of the videos? We'll let Mila tell
Talk
you.
backup.
She knows. If you want to do one by one or just you have a few, just do SnapTick as well. That works. That's free. Do carousels do well when posting? How many carousels have you posted, me?
Probably 10 in like my
Do they
whole
do well?
duration of do they do well? No, not compared to my talking videos, but there are some accounts that do really, really well with carousels, especially if you don't want to show your face specifically. But I feel like if you already have a strong personal brand, I just don't love carousels, especially if you can just make a 1 minute video that's going to resonate better with your audience and that will normally perform better. But if you don't have a personal brand, you're doing like faceless content or you're just not ready to show your face, then carousels can work really well as long as they're extremely valuable. Like giving someone a reason to actually save it or comment is how they perform really, really well. So I'd say don't make it selfish.
Social e-commerce traditional is where they will dominate Amazon in the next 6 months. That's what they say. How do you spell it? TOK backup. BACKUP. Talk back. I feel like I was in the spelling bee for a second. Bro, can you tell me why half my vids are ineligible? I probably could. If your name is Daily Reddit, I could assume exactly why.
Unoriginal content?
No, Mila, I don't think so.
I'm kidding.
Daily, of course. Daily Reddit, my man, woman, homie,
Person.
friend, person, lurker, lurker,
Reddit
lurker,
lurker.
Reddit lurker. I'm fine with that though. The reason why they're ineligible a lot of times is because you're probably trying to take content screen recorded from YouTube, directly from YouTube, those kind of things. You can't do it. Copyrighted content can't do it. And so you have to really edit things up to even give yourself a chance. But if one gets flagged, a lot of your other content will get flagged as well. Got to be really careful. If I were you, Daily Reddit, I would go ahead and try to use AI and make original content that way if you're trying to really be faceless and automated. The other tactic for my faceless people that I would do personally is I would, just speaking of photo carousels, I would do photo carousels until I hit 10K and get the view requirements, and then I would go ahead and try to figure out what I'm going to do from there around a certain niche. But there are so many accounts that do this really well. There's one called Elemental Psychology, and that's all they do is photo carousels, and they have like almost 1 million followers. They have hundreds of millions of views. There's a lot of people that like that kind of content, and it seems very quick to produce on something like Canva. That's probably the approach that I would take right now if I didn't want to be faceless. It's always going to be eligible, and it's something that TikTok is still pushing to compete with the likes of Instagram for now. So that's what I would do. Tolls backup. No, TOK. T-O-K. T-O-K. I deleted Facebook. I love that. Revenge. That feels good, doesn't it? Revenge. TikTok is not even TikTok in China. They have to use a VPN to get it. I've heard that, and I think it's a lot more educational. Is what I've heard. That
I think it's like
ours
highly
is
censored.
that too. That seems very par for the course. Original content that's high quality, so I'm not sure where I'm going wrong. Alex said that's not Reddit, daily Reddit user. That's fair. Not sure where you're going wrong. Like I said, it's hard for us to tell. You're a Twitch streamer. I love Twitch streamers. Twitch streamers are authentic. The Clappers 2000s infomercial. I was well surprised you didn't know. Gosh, of course. Thank you, Abel. I appreciate you. Clapper leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Damn.
Yikes.
Might not be wrong. Yeah, you might not be wrong though. LOL with 10 L's or O's. That's amazing. I met my wife on Facebook. I'm cool with that. Like I said, I'm cool with that. She was a suggested friend. Thanks, Zuck. Yeah, you're up. You're up on Facebook right now. TikTok bill has
Zuck knew.
Zuck knew. TikTok bill has to go through Senate. Rand Paul's going to argue it. It passed. It has 5 minutes to it has 5 months to divest. Yes, that is exactly it. Shark Tank guy wants to buy it in his PJ pants, in his suit top. If you didn't see that, he had the most ridiculous pants on, but he had his suit top because he was getting interviewed. It was just like you were working from home, like halfway up. It was wonderful. At least 5 months before anything real impact potentially. Yeah, 6 months. Lisa says, love having you and Jay together. Definitely. Probably closer to a year. Yeah, I'd like to think that in most situations, but
you never know.
They might speed that thing up. They might say, I don't know, maybe they're, like I said, maybe contractually obligated to wait to 6 months.
It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
I'm going to have to learn Facebook Live. It's a lot like TikTok Live. Facebook Live's been around forever. So
Facebook Live is the Wild West too. If you've ever been on Facebook Live, there's some crazy things that should not be on any live on Facebook Live. Crazy. Like, no, I don't know. I was watching it one time just to see clicked on it, and it was just someone. It was actually a live in Toronto, so I think they had my location, and it was just someone living a car, like, running over people or trying to run over people, just, like, live streaming it. There was, like,
So
20K viewers.
that is terrible.
Yeah.
I think what a lot of people do too is with Facebook and those things, you can go ahead and do the pre-recorded lives. So you could take some crazy video off of Google and or off YouTube and pretend that it's live. So there's
That's
that
true.
aspect too. If I was like doing the black hat style of marketing, that'd be probably one of the many things that I would do. Would be take a lot of videos that are famous on whatever, and I would just live stream them. But that's just me. Don't get any ideas out there though. Do not do that.
Bad advice. Bad
I mean,
marketing advice.
black hat marketing advice. The Senate is where we got to stop it. We have to stop it. I was in a different niche during my time on Facebook. Grew 1,400 followers prior to deleting. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that have grown on Facebook. However, there's people that have like I don't know 500K, 700K followers on Facebook, and their posts get like 4 likes. Like it just feels like it's so disconnected now, and you have to pay for everything as a business. So even though you're probably paying for the clout, you're paying for the brand in terms of being just having that many followers on Facebook, but they just don't seem to actually be moving the needle. And I watched somebody go live who had 500,000 maybe, and they had like 30 people in there. So I don't know.
It's not like an engaged community. That's how
No.
it feels to me. Like,
Yeah.
I find with TikTok and, like, specifically YouTube, there is such niche communities, and you have, like, the same people that comment on your videos and show up in your lives, and as a creator, like, you have your certain set of people, your set group, but I'm like, on Facebook, I just don't see that, and I feel like people aren't on Facebook for that reason. I find, like, if we're just thinking about consumer behaviors when they're on Facebook, I feel like the people who are still on it are there for like updates, family things here and there, maybe to find someone, but they're not there to actually connect with
Hmm.
a creator. I don't think that's the intention anymore.
Agreed. Agreed. No way after election for sure. Um, you can create AI is original content. Just got to pick your niche. Have an AI page there and Facebook. Yes. Most of those are probably fake followers. They could be. But I've seen that account since I've been on Facebook. So and they were pretty reputable in digital marketing at least in the mid 2010s. Facebook's definitely a lot harder. Trump just called for Facebook as the enemy of the state. That's fair. That's fair.
Trump is always saying something.
That's fair.
He's always saying something,
That's fair.
no matter what.
Yeah. True, but many were active real followers in this case, but visibly it's difficult. It took me forever to get to 40K on Facebook. Um, what if this is just a scare tactic to distract us from other stuff that they suddenly have not banned? Maybe. Like I said, maybe there's some other things going on here. Maybe there's some things going on behind the scenes. I don't know. I would definitely prepare though. Just keep an open mind. Trump has not come out against TikTok as before. Yeah, he seems pretty neutral against Facebook, but neutral to this situation.
Trump's about his bag though. Like one thing, I keep very up to date with just like US politics because you guys have so much more fun and like interesting
Flavor,
stuff going on. Yeah,
yeah,
flavor,
little
spice.
drama.
Yeah. And Trump just cares about his bag and like the 5 million businesses being on TikTok, the amount of money that TikTok makes in the US and makes for businesses and helps the economy. Like I think that's why Trump is like, well, the data's on US soil right now. That's probably all he cared about specifically. And now he's like, perfect. We keep the economy nice, juicy. We keep some money in the US, where I feel like other people don't really care about that. They care more about the politics side, where Trump is he's a businessman, right? He's very like economical, regardless of how you feel about Trump. He's about his bag always.
Boom.
Boom.
Trump, he has beef with Zuck. Yeah, I could see that.
Zuck has been proven, though, to be a little sus. I kept up with all like the Facebook court proceedings. Zuck is a little
Can,
sus.
can we define sus for all of the boomers and millennials and those, etc.
Yes.
Give me
Yes.
what's the sus?
I'll give you the definition. Sus, as in SUS, short form / slang for suspect,
Spect.
meaning something's a little off. something's not right.
Could we say
Little
suspicious? No, I know what
yeah.
I know what sus means, but I'm just saying there are some people that are like, "What's clapper?" and like all these things. I'm just trying to keep everybody
Uh,
informed out here because she's a spitfire sometimes, and the Gen Z terms just start flying out, and so you just got to figure it out. Now, what makes more so what I was asking? What
mm.
makes Zus sus or Zuck sus?
It's kind of a tongue twister. Personal opinion and also what was proven with evidence in court, legal evidence. Facebook, as in Zuck, was very aware that they were messing with the election. I don't want to say too much. Messing with the election, selling user data. Like there's so many things that makes Zuck sus in no other way other than the fact that his platform is extremely unethical, and he was very aware that his platform was unethical, and he was making a lot of money off of the platform being unethical. So that's where it gets a little gray area for me, where I just don't believe in that. I don't think that's right, obviously, because Facebook is such a powerhouse where they
Mhm.
actually can move the needle on many things like elections and politics and just overall sentiment. So, kind of messing with your users or tweaking things to be in preference of a certain way is always going to be sus, always going to be bad in my mind.
I like it. Sus.
Yeah.
Very sus.
Yeah.
That's what had the US scared about TikTok. Definitely, they're selling user data. They were selling user data. I remember that. Old Zuck. Yes, exactly. Miss Smith says, of course. Um, we have a little too much drama in the United States, in my opinion, for politics. We definitely do. But that's why Mila likes to watch it. She's all about the drama. It's just like trashy reality TV in real life. Like
Yeah,
real
it's so
life.
real and it's so raw. Everyone, all the politicians in Canada are just like too nice to each other. Like the only person people hate on here is our Prime Minister Trudeau, and like that's gotten old. We've had him for so long where it's just like I need someone new. I need some new information.
That's fair.
Yeah.
OMG, Facebook was all over his loss. He's come. Oh yeah, well, definitely turn gangster Trump. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if yeah. There's that. We'll just leave that there. I think Mila summed it up very nicely with Facebook and Trump being a bag. He's a go getter.
Mhm.
I ran through a bunch of comments. You run through some now, if you have any.
Okay.
Or
Lots of them are just laughing. On my end, everyone knew what sus was. You said, "Oh, explain sus," and everyone was like, "Sus is bad vibes. Sus means suspect." Like they were on it. Like my people, they knew what was good, so it's funny. But this is a good one. We'll kind of circle back to social media and TikTok in general.
okay,
Ease up on the politics, ease up on potentially getting bannied off of live.
the old
Um,
Banny.
old Banny, this is a good one. I want you to answer this question for me, Angel. I just don't understand how people get followers. Why do people follow people? Boil it down for us.
Okay, well, why do people get followers? We should look at it the other way. Why people don't get followers? That's always the best way to look at problems. So, why don't people get followers? People don't get followers because they're not building any trust, right? There's no value proposition that leads somebody to be inspired to follow you. I'll pull a Mila and say that something about your personality or your vibe doesn't sit well with somebody. So those are some reasons why people don't follow you. A lot of times, if you're inconsistent with your content as well, there's no predictability factor of what's coming with your account. So if you have an account that's about cooking and Trump and Zuck being sus, and then religion and like all these things, right? All these other things. If you're not able to connect them with something like your of certain value proposition or a personality or a vibe that people like enough to watch those things, you won't gain followers. So that's the big difference is some sort of predictability, what they're going to get out of their account, because viewers are generally selfish, and that's a big thing to understand, that it's not about you, it's about them. And ultimately that's why. What does Mila think?
I think you hit all the points that
Yeah,
truly matter. I feel like it's such someone on my end too said that's a loaded question because there's so much that goes into the question where we could
1,000%.
be on live for 12 hours going deeper and deeper. And what Angel calls his iceberg, we could take you through an iceberg 9 parts.
You've been trolling me on that damn iceberg.
No, I like the iceberg. I like the iceberg. It's like
She's
a
been
visual.
trolling. Don't let her.
I'm not trolling.
She's
I
trolling.
love the iceberg. If you don't know what we're talking about, go to Angel's page and look for his iceberg, and then you'll be looped into what we're talking about. But I love the iceberg. I just think it is a
She's
loaded
hating.
question where if you hit those main points of, can your audience trust you? How are you building trust within your audience? Are you providing value? Is it humor? Is it entertainment? Is it education? Like there's so many different ways that you can provide value, but you really need to hone in if you are stuck not gaining any followers with what can you provide for your audience? What's in it for the viewer who is inherently selfish? What's in it for them to stick around and number one, watch your video, but also follow after the video? What's that future value proposition? What can they expect in the future from you? Is it to be entertained again? Is it to learn something new? If you're Angel, if you watch one of his videos and you learn something new about TikTok growth, you know, perfect, I'm going to follow him because he'll probably give me all the new updates on the algorithm, ways to grow. It's very predictable, the value that Angel or I can provide you. So you need to do the same. Doesn't have to be educational, can truly be whatever you're posting about. It just has to be, I think value is mostly the missing key that I see when people aren't gaining followers.
Consistency in yourself and how you are is what Miss Smith said. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
If you're all over the place, it doesn't sit well with a lot of people. People can feel you out. People will think you're sus.
I love that.
What you provide them, yes, entertainment quality, consistency, etc. Exactly. Oh, everybody's putting the laughing face now for my iceberg trolling. I saw those videos with the laughing face. I just watched LOL, but it was a great idea.
They're good.
What does that mean?
It's okay.
Man, I'm getting trolled now.
Listen. You said it was a good idea, making it seem like, oh, it was a good idea in the moment. No, it still is a good idea. The execution is good. I just love that you did an iceberg. You can make fun of me for
trolling.
You can make fun of me for everything. The squishmallow I hold, anything, bully me on it. But I actually like the iceberg. It was good quality content.
Great idea. It's a great visual hook. Love the icebergs. Thank you. I needed that. I neted that after getting
What
trolled.
have I been saying? I'm
just
literally
kidding.
saying I love the iceberg. Was that Jason?
No, it wasn't. But I know he likes iceberg too. Also follow folks because they're interesting and entertaining. Yes. Time to move to Instagram Reels. No, don't move to Instagram Reels.
Boo.
No. Boo. We're fine. Relax. We're okay. We got time. Don't do that yet. Don't forget, a small, engaged audience is powerful. Miss Smith is right. 100%. Like we talked about before with having 700,000 Facebook followers and 7 people show up to your live.
That's embarrassing. That would break my heart. I'd be like,
it would break. God. Why would it break your? It's fine. It's fine.
Because I like talking to people.
Well, yeah, but you can talk to 7 people.
Yeah, I guess.
How entertaining can you be, and how much value does your page bring? Yes. The count I just made for days ago already has a video over 11,000. Well done. Well done. What do you think about testing different formats and topics through if we can decide? Is 3 times a week in TikTok consistent enough? Is 3 times a week on TikTok consistent enough? There are some people that don't post for a long time.
Yeah. I was going to say my reaction is always, it depends, because it could be the style of content where it takes you 3 days to film, edit, and then post that really solid piece of content. I'm specifically thinking of the guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he has millions of followers who, no, not the Uno guy.
The Uno guy was sick. You can't tell me that didn't take days.
Yes.
That shit was fire. That's the most fire piece of content I've ever seen. Go on, sorry.
But it takes long. So there's this guy who makes pasta for homeless people, but he makes it with like 300 egg yolks. You've definitely seen him on your For You page.
Oh, no, I haven't, but.
Okay. But he makes like pasta for homeless people. It takes him like days and days to like make the pasta, cook the pasta, deliver to homeless people. So he only posts 2 times a week because it takes a long time to actually produce his good quality content. But every time he posts it, he gets like 5 million views consistently for over a year now. So it's like in that way, if your content kind of requires longer filming times and production times, then obviously 3 times a week is good. But if you can post every single day, you should be posting at least once every single day. But yeah, Uno guy was sick. I think he's like in the top 20th most liked video. I think that's the update I saw on him. Probably more
Absolutely
now.
filthy edit. That was
Mhm.
insane. So, coming from somebody who's edited a lot of video and been in the game, that was an insane edit for TikTok. Insane.
Yeah.
Healing recovery facts. That's why we binged it. Thank you guys. I'm glad you guys are making me feel better about the iceberg. So,
I binged it too.
no, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Stop lying. It's all about momentum. Just be authentic and solve problems. I'd agree with that, Mike.
Yep. Momentum is key.
Instagram Reels doesn't pay. Definitely. So the answer is yes. According to their live class, that's fair. That part, yes. It's according to your content type. No way I'm that consistent enough unless you get 100K every 100K views every time you post. I post 2 to 3 times a day for a year. My growth has been steady and my engagement has been excellent. That's solid. I like it.
Love it.
I like it. I think there are some niches that you get away with posting a little bit more, and some niches I think you would get away with posting less. I think 1 time a day, I think is a good ground rule for most people. It's kind of I think it's the best mix of being quality enough and thinking about it enough and making sure that the quality in the editing is good enough or whatever that looks like, or the thought or the idea is good enough, but it's frequent enough where it still feels consistent and it feels it's probably more importantly, it feels good for your daily routine. It's building that discipline rather than, we'll say, motivation. So having the discipline to make a post every day and stay consistent is good for the content creator muscle, we'll say.
Love it.
At least once a day for majority. Yes,
I
you
got a
go.
good question. Steph goes, I think I'm shadow banned. Is it because of the potential TikTok ban? What are we thinking? Low views right now.
So here's the thing. I actually am making a video about this in the next day or two. And so you guys are going to get the content now because you guys are here on YouTube and other places. So right now, views are low for the majority of people. And so instead of worrying and judging your videos right now based on the amount of views that you have, I'd love to see you guys base the amount of quality uh, on the analytics on the back end, right? So being able to look at, say, the first 5 seconds and how your video did in the first 5 seconds. Are you hitting certain thresholds? Maybe you go back and look at your 3 best performing videos and you look at those stats, and then you try to replicate those stats with the videos you're putting out right now. Because there are some things that I'll have to verify. Dang it. Because there are some things that right now with TikTok, regardless. So for example, my most recent video has 22% full watch, and it's a little over a minute long, and it's like 4,000 views, which makes no sense to me. And it's still like 80% for you page. So that thing should be going absolutely crazy. It's not, but I understand that the metrics on that video were very good. So I'm okay with it, and eventually it should catch up in theory. So don't be too discouraged about your views right now. I would be more concerned about your analytics and metrics, and that would probably lead me to be making a part 2, or Mila can go ahead and take the idea and use that as well, and just breaking down some more analytics, for example, in a video. It would make for a good iceberg part 2, session. So I could break that down. Levels of analytics. So I might be doing that. Turns out, just a troll now. I'm just gonna be the iceberg guy.
I
What do you
might
think?
steal that from you. What if I come out with an iceberg post? What would you do?
To be honest, the iceberg style is big on YouTube. A lot of
Yeah,
people do it. So that was
I
just
like
me
it.
thinking of it that way. I think it's more of the idea of levels in depth rather than. But maybe I'll just be the iceberg guy on TikTok. So I'll give
I
you,
think it's fun.
maybe I'll do like 5 or 6 levels of iceberg on analytics. Most important, least important, how things can get skewed. I think the one way that analytics gets skewed, I think Mila and I talked about it on a call. Was it on? Yeah, it was on our call FAQ thing. And a lot of times, for example, like watch time and the amount of people that finish your full video can be skewed by the statistics in which people are viewing it. So if you have if your followers are 30% of your view time, it's expected that they're going to watch the full video from you because they already know, like, trust you, that kind of thing. But if you're getting those kind of stats from the For You page from people that have never seen you before, that's when TikTok knows that you have some gold. So there can be some discrepancy there. For example, in analytics, that would probably be like layer 4 of 5 on my iceberg, but we'll get to that some other time. Iceberg series, great. I learned a lot. Look at everybody just gas. Don't gas me up like that. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys a lot. Even if Mila makes fun of me for the icebergs, it's fine. It's a good
I
visual.
said I
Good.
liked it.
That's
I
fair.
liked it.
Perfect energy, perfect hook. You have to replicate that every time. That's exactly it. As far as TikTok said for maintaining real audience, it's very important. Hello from Malaysia. Good to see you. What about video length? What do you think the best video length is?
My answer is always it depends, because
She's just so wishy.
generalized answers are very, very hard, because there's going to be 40 different people in this live right now that are going to have 40 different situations that will have
For
40
real.
different topics, styles, formats. So it's really hard for me to say. Personally, I like 1 minute 30. A minute 30 to 2 minutes 30, that's good for like a longer form talking video. But I also think it takes more skill to
It
maintain
does.
the engagement of the viewer for the longer duration, which is why I always say long form content is a skill you have to build. So if you have to start with 30-second videos of maybe trying to get out the information, get comfortable, learn how to edit, kind of get the foundations down, that's okay. But it's important to know that just because I say I like a minute 30, 2 minute 30s, that just because you post a video that's a minute and 30 seconds long doesn't mean the duration of the video is going to be the reason why it blows up. It's not just the duration of the video. There's so many other aspects that go into it, and how you're actually maintaining the engagement. If you can actually hook the engagement at the start of the video, where it's hard for me to be like, this is my favorite, this is the one thing that everyone should do, because it's truly different for every single person and every different creator.
1000%. I was just giving her crap, but that
Yeah.
really is the truth. The video length it matters to a point, but it's so much different for different kind of niches. So
100%.
YouTube's going to make it difficult to create docuseries stuff without copyrights. Yes, I agree with that. Maybe I should try that at this point. My followers are liking. You definitely could.
Guess who's on
Notice
my side?
who?
Jason. Hey, I wonder what Angel would think if I came over here for the battle.
Whoa, hold on a
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
second.
whoa, whoa. Should we start the battle?
I don't think so.
Should we
I don't
start
think
the
so yet.
battle?
We have a little more time yet. We have a little more time.
Should we start the battle, guys?
No. Do not
Everyone's
start
saying
that
yes.
battle. Do not start that damn
Everybody's
battle.
saying yes. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes and we'll start the battle.
For
Steph is saying yes. Carla's saying yes. Everyone's saying yes.
No, don't start the battle. Also, no. I just got a Twitter notification for my football peeps, my Vikes peeps. Justin Jefferson unfollowed the Vikings on Twitter and on Instagram.
Is that bad?
Yes, he's leaving.
Oh.
No.
R.I.P.
Sorry. That's like your trashy reality television drama. That's my drama right there. There's no
Football.
way we can't lose him. Fuck.
It's too late.
Oops, my bad.
Did you swear?
Sorry, YouTube. I'm passionate about JJ, so sorry.
Uh-oh.
Where are you going? Let's see. You just have to replicate your own viral content. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think the thought process behind it is very smart, where you're looking at what performed well for you. It doesn't have to be viral necessarily, but what is sticking out performance-wise, and then looking at the analytics, looking at the actual video and seeing why it performed better, because there's going to be a reason either throughout the video or just the topic of the video for why it performed much better than your other pieces of content. So I think it's the feedback loop, right? It's super important, and the fact that you're even thinking about it is great. It's how you actually learn.
Exactly. What are you going to do when they ban TikTok? Dang. That's very matter of fact.
Ooh.
I would definitely go to YouTube. a lot of the things that we teach, that Mila and I teach in general, are you can take them to different platforms, and that's exactly what I would do. I'd continue to probably push more on YouTube. I haven't pushed. I mean, I have recently, but I haven't pushed it on hard as you on YouTube as I could. I think because TikTok was going so well with the traffic and videos and those things. But if I got put in, pushed into a corner of working on YouTube full time, I probably would do even better on YouTube than I'm doing right now. So there's that. That's probably what I would do, and I would probably pick a few skills that content creators suck at in general. I think some of them are ideation. I think a lot of people struggle with that. What good ideas are, how to get good ideas, and how to find ideas that are intriguing enough for you to be able to expand on and people to find them interesting. I think some people suck at writing. I think writing would be one in terms of like scripting and organizing your thoughts to be able to create better videos. And probably the other one would probably be some sort of retention style editing, teaching different ways to be a good editor in terms of just retention. Probably some of those things. What would Mila do if what would you do?
If TikTok gets banned,
Oh yeah,
I
banning.
think banned. I think I would do 2 things. One, YouTube, definitely. I have YouTube now, but it's for my podcast, but I'd start a secondary YouTube platform talking about social media,
Why don't you just do that
talking
right
about what
now?
I should. I've been thinking about it. I filmed something that I might upload. So,
So
I
you
just
already
gotta
been thinking
create it.
about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had a lot of time. So, that's probably what I would do, have my podcast and then have my, like, social media YouTube. I would continue with Instagram because my Instagram's just, like, consistent for me. I get consistent views. I have a consistent community over there. It's chill. It's not my favorite platform, but I think it's a good enough platform. So, that's kind of would be my plan of attack.
If we're all struggling with views, we should feel a lot better. XO. Yes, I think you're correct
100%.
with that. It's not, and you shouldn't feel bad either. Like I said, there's nothing to feel bad about. Like I said, you shouldn't judge yourself on views right now. Just judge yourself on the metrics and analytics. I think you'll get a better understanding of what's going on if you go out and take a look at your analytics and use your input and your output and your feedback loop in a nice cyclical way. So input being your content, that your ideation and those things, your output being the content that you produce, and the feedback loop being you looking at your analytics and just doing that cycle over and over and over again until you continue to grow. Actually, for what it's worth, that idea goes a lot deeper in terms of life, right? Everything, your whole life is inputs and outputs. You put things in, and outputs come out, and then you get to look at your life and continue to readjust. So those things happen more than just on TikTok. Think about that. Thought of the day.
Love it. Louisa asks, "Is everyone's views low now?"
I would say the majority of people. There are some people that are still doing really well. A lot of times I find it that some countries aren't really affected. And for what it's worth, from some people that I've seen in different countries, I feel like the app is and the algorithm is almost like behind maybe. I don't know how to say it,
Mm,
but like some of the content that works in some different countries would never work over here ever. And that could be a
yeah.
cultural thing too, but in the same breath, I think there are some different levels of TikTok algorithm, we'll say. A lot of times I'm speaking to the UK and the Aussies and the US and Germany. Like there's like 7 or 8 countries that like have like premium TikTok, and there's some other countries that I've seen of people who have like 700K and their videos just blow my mind. They're like 4 seconds long. I'm like, how? How are you here?
I think it also depends on, like, the niche. So,
Hmm.
I do a lot of research projects, and I have a personal account that I post on just for, like, laughter, right? Like, just to see what's going on, and my views on my regular account, the one that I'm on now, have been very, very low compared to what we're used to. Low engagement, low views for good quality content in regard to analytics. On the back end, these have the same exact analytics of videos that have a million views. Like, the analytics are solid. So I know the videos are good in terms of the actual content, right? So, but then they only get a quarter of the views than what I'm used to or what they normally get. But then on my personal account, in the past 4 days, I've clocked 2 million views across 4 videos. All of them are circulating, shit posting. just like nothing crazy. And obviously, like, I know how to edit. There's strategy, there's retention behind it. Like, I have the solid foundation, but truly, there's no planning, no anything. So I find it interesting in this specific niche, which I would put in like lifestyle girl content. Girl content is probably the best way I'd explain it. Pops off. And I think it's just, I was trying to think of it too, where I'm like, I think it's just demographic, where the amount of women on this app that this content that they will enjoy is so broad that this style of content, this kind of niche will always do somewhat well. Girls are always looking for new content, new hot takes, whatever it is. Whereas maybe if you're a very specific niche, then yeah, maybe your videos are a little bit slower to start. But these videos that I'm talking about that did really, really well, like really high highs. So blew up within like 30 minutes and then dropped off. Whereas I think Angel and I see that our videos do well, and then over time, they kind of grow and grow and grow for SEO and all the other good evergreen reasons. But I think it's just interesting to take different looks at different kind of content and topics that we're actually talking about.
How much time do we need to prepare for our calls?
We have one at 4:30,
Well, your time, yes. No, I think
3:30
4,
your
right?
time.
I thought it was 4.
Maybe it's
4 your
4.
time. So like in
5
for you in
minutes.
like 43, yeah. Okay, so we'll probably be going soon here, turns out.
Sorry, guys. This was good. Little hangout.
Was it good?
I think so.
I thought
For
so.
anyone who has no idea what we're talking about, what call we're going on, people are probably like on my end, they're like, what? What call? Angel and I have a call with someone who applied for our 12-week TikTok cohort program. So we're finishing up our last calls over these next few days of people who applied. If you're interested, applications are in our bios there, whether you came from Angel, whether you want to click mine, doesn't really matter. It's a 12-week program focusing on TikTok growth, monetization. It's a classroom style. So we're going to do live trainings every single week with Angel and I and the other like 30 people inside of the course. So we can get that real-time feedback. We can interact back and forth. We're also going to have live weekly Q&As. So if you have a question throughout the week, if you need help with kind of the homework that you got that week, or if you just want feedback on maybe some content or something that's going on for you, you can chat with Angel and I and also the 30 other people as well that are inside this community. Like I said, both will be live, the training and the Q&A, which is just great. I find a lot of other programs, it's a lot of self-led, which is sometimes hard to learn when you can't get in the moment, real time feedback, advice, maybe bounce your ideas off of someone. So if you've been interested in growing a really intentional following, so people that feel like a community, people who you recognize their usernames, people who actually will support your content through and through every time you post, then this cohort is for you. Something Angel and I talk a lot about is intentional followers rather than just a whole bunch of random people that don't care about your following or don't care about what you post. So that's what we're planning on doing. That's what our call is. Like I said, applications are in our stand stores there. It's 5 questions. So even if you're interested, go click on it. It's 5 simple questions. We just want to know a little bit more about who you are, what your goals are, what you're doing to make sure that we're the right fit for each other. Because there's only 30 people inside of the program, Angel and I have been really selective and intentional, I think is the correct word here, for who is actually inside of the program. We want to ensure that we fit, we're right for each other, we can help you, you can actually reach the goals that you want to reach, and that you can also make lifelong connections with other people inside of the program. So you can network, you can make connections, you can find other like-minded creators or influencers or business owners inside the program. So I think that's really, really special. So that's kind of what we've been doing for the last few weeks now.
Exactly. And so I'd love to see you guys in there as well. Can't wait to be able to bring that to a lot of people. So definitely excited.
I love
This
it.
is
We're
the
starting the
part.
match. This is the
This is the
part.
part where
Last
we
time
battle.
Angel beat me so bad. So please don't let that happen again.
I feel like this
I'll
time
answer.
I feel like it's revenge time for
I know. This is
you.
my revenge era. Please.
This I feel like it too.
I'll answer
This
some
is
questions
looking
while we rip through.
Yes, go ahead.
Matt, the digital marketing guy, cost, we have 2 options. So it's $8.99 per month for the 3 months, or if you wanna save $300, it's $249.99. So if you wanna save the 300, pay in full, pay the full price. If you want the monthly option, that's a little bit more feasible for you and where you're at currently in your life or in your business, we have the $8.99 option. Super entry level prices for what we're actually going over. We'll take you through everything from personal branding, SEO, content ideation, which Angel talked a little bit about. Truly, we'll take you through everything, and also monetization, which I'm really excited about. We'll have a whole section of the course just for how you can monetize and make money off your TikTok. So that's the cost there. And then someone asked where in the profile link. So if you go to Angel or I's page, you'll see the little link there. You can click on it. It's the top option. I'll say 12-week TikTok cohort. Click on it. I'll bring you right to the application page there. Love
You're
it.
battling. You're battling. Yeah, it started last time, so we just started a random battle and it got heated. And so at the end of our little lives, we've just been battling. Just go with it. Okay,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
just kind of our thing.
Yeah.
Of our
Don't let me
end of
lose
our life
again.
thing now. But guess
Oh,
who? Guess who came through?
Jason's on your side?
Jason's on my side. My
Of
man.
course Jason's on your side.
Let me find out.
Oh, that's
He'll
okay.
be the number one on both sides.
I know. Imagine.
I
This
love it.
feels
Thank you,
bad.
Jason. You're the man. Sorry, you got 3
We're just not
minutes.
gonna we're not gonna battle anymore. I'm calling it quit. This is the last
uh,
time we ever do it.
but you guys are battling with the really innocent face. But I enjoy both of you. Well, you can equally vote for us. I don't mind that.
I mind that. Pick a side for the next 3 minutes.
Don't. You can be neutral. It's just fine. Pick me. Pick me. What? No, nothing. Why are views so low? I just came into the live. Thank you for coming into the live. The reason that views are so low, I need to stay loyal to our guest speaker. That's fair. Definitely
Mhm.
fair. Um, why are views so low? Politically, there's a lot of politics. I think there's some has some things to do with traffic just being held up a little bit for older content that they know that's already been on the platform. They know it's safe, that kind of thing. And also, like I said, the one Thorne Bradley commented on one of my videos too, and he actually said something that made a lot of sense to me too. A lot of content is around the banny, we'll call it what we decided to call it, around the banny,
Danny.
and so a lot of people are getting that in their For You feed, and they're watching a lot more content about that rather than, excuse me,
The sneeze?
that was gonna be, but
Oh,
I held it back.
that's the worst.
But ultimately, don't sit this one out. Just sit this one out. You don't have to vote. Um, I caught your guys' live again. Yes. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys who have all put me up 62 to 18. I like it.
Feels
We'll keep
bad.
that there for the next minute. You think it'll go back to normal soon. So we're gonna have to see what kind of plays out here. It might be a little interesting, a little bumpy ride here for maybe, I don't know, a couple weeks. Would you say, Mila? A couple
Yeah.
weeks, maybe?
Yeah, I think we're just in the ebb and flow of it right now. I think it's gonna be the next few weeks, maybe even stretched out to a month, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. 30 seconds left to her demise. I feel a snipe in the works. Oh wait, hold on.
Oh,
No, no, don't you
what?
snipe. He's gonna
What's a
snipe.
snipe? What's a
Nothing.
snipe?
You can't know. You can't know what a snipe is.
Well, this feels
Feel
bad.
a snipe in the works. You might. You just might. Taylor, good to see you. Jason, thank you so much. Who are my peeps? PC, thank you so much. Kelly, Miss Smith, Nanny, appreciate you. Lumi, appreciate you as well.
What happens now?
Did I just get sniped, or did? Oh,
Wait, that was
that was
close.
that was close. Somebody sniped you at the
Wait,
end
how did that happen?
because they did it. They just smoked Mila again. That's exactly it.
Oh.
They wait till the very
Stop.
end and then they just drop it on you. The real MVP is Jason again. Thank you so much. You battle someone else in the future, I'm gonna come through. I love it. I appreciate you. Probably you should come through for her too. If she does. But like I said, I don't usually battle people, but I like doing this. So I like being up 2-0. It's good. It's
You
good for
like
my
doing it
ego.
because you win. You like doing it because you win.
The next time that I win, the next time if I lose, if I end up losing, I'm gonna probably be like, yeah, we're good on this. We don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah, we're not gonna do this. Oh my gosh, KR8 says rematch right now.
We can't. We can't. We have to go. We
I
have
know. We have
no,
calls.
we have to take a couple calls here. So no rematch right
KR8.
now.
What, are we going live tomorrow?
No.
Come on live tomorrow, find Angel and I, and then when we match, let me
We
win. I
actually
was so close. I was
we
5
actually
away.
why aren't we going live tomorrow? Did we say?
Oh yeah, we're going live separately. Maybe we'll hop on with each other for a little bit.
Maybe we can do separate and then join together.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We'll hop on for 10 minutes, go on a match. We'll bring our people from each
No,
live.
no, no,
Come on a
no.
match. Yes, yes,
No,
yes,
I don't think so.
yes.
I think
I
we're good
think
on that.
so.
I think we should just
KR8
rest it.
wants it.
I think we should just do best of 3. 2-0 is good. I'll take it.
Okay, sure. Sounds like you're a loser.
All right, I got something for you. I got something for you tomorrow then.
Okay.
My victory lap. Look at that. 1 minute left. Victory lap. Thank you
What
guys.
happens during the victory lap?
I don't know. I'm
Nothing?
just talk. I can just talk
Oh.
some stuff, you know. So
Yeah,
on that note, guys, thank you guys so much. If you guys do want to get mentored by this, double the knowledge, double the experience, double the fun
You got it.
after this many weeks. If you guys, those are fighting words exactly. She's I guess she's up for the challenge. But if you guys do want to go ahead and join us, this is the kind of time that we're on here. We have fun, but we're going to get stuff done too. We're excited to really go ahead and help you guys with content creation in general. It's obviously TikTok, but also it's going to help you guys with IG, with YouTube, with Vine 2 when it comes out, when Elon starts to figure out how that's going to work out. Vine 2 comes. You guys will be ready for it. So thank you guys so much. Go ahead and check her stand store, my stand store, specifically my stand store. Go ahead and sign up in my stand store. And can't wait to see you. We'll go ahead and hop on a call like we're going to get on here in just a few minutes. So thank you guys so much. Take care, guys. Be well. Bye. Oh, we just hit 90 minutes. Look at that.
Perfect. Okay.
Boom. Get
Bye,
by, peeps.
everyone.